Barbuda today, continuing our slate of interviews for this morning, and the whole world is busy amongst many focus groups searching for a new way forward in the new normal. The OECS is no different, and young professionals across our small island states are here to walk us through their think tank, which is coming up. It's under the theme Forged Through Crisis, but it's a longer title than that, but we're just going to say Forged Through Crisis as a short version. We've got joining us via Zoom this morning, Trevaun Solomon, of course, no stranger to us here in Antigua Barbuda today, and to Antigua. We've also got Alex Straun out of St. Kitts and Nevis. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasant good day.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Trevaun, let's start with you. Let's give honor to where honor is due. Let's start with the homegrown young man. I was going to say boy. That's respectful. Talk to us through the think tank and where the idea came from.
Sure. So the OECS is really aspiring to fast track the Eastern Caribbean economic union through things such as different disruptions, such as the virus that we've had, different financial aspects that could easily disrupt what's happening here in the Caribbean. So they're bringing together a team of professionals such as Alex and I and a few others to really speak on the topic of what we're doing to fix that, what we're doing to make the Caribbean more resilient. And we're sharing ideas with other persons, which really makes it an authentic think tank. We're all sharing ideas, we're thinking. So we're more or less sharing our ideas with the wider Caribbean and other entrepreneurs and investors who are interested in knowing more about this.
All right, Alex, let's come to you. The idea of entrepreneurship in Antigua Barbuda during the pandemic, very, very, very popular. We've seen more innovators, more entrepreneurs than we've ever seen in the history, well, certainly since I've been alive. How's it on St. Kitts and Nevis?
It's the same. One of the things I personally believe is that we have brilliant persons here in the OECS, and we are no different to the first world countries. And what we have been doing, and I am very heartened by it, is to see that persons continue to think outside of the box and not simply rely on what happens in first world countries. And I think this is the very issue, the very set of innovation that the OECS is trying to basically bring together and highlight that we have innovative persons here in the OECS who can forge through the crisis and make a difference, especially as was evident last year through the COVID pandemic.
And Alex, let's stick with you. What do we hope to get out of the think tank? You know, you're sharing your ideas. What do we hope that we'll be able to accomplish by the end of the discussions?
Well, one is not just simply to share the ideas, but to show how we were able to use adversity to propel and to think differently and to create solutions, not just simply out of the box, but actually expand the box, beyond the box. And I think that's the excitement that Trevaun and I want to bring and to show that we may be young, we may be starting from different points in terms of resources available, but we are innovative, we can think, we can leverage the resources, the persons around us, we can build community and empower.
Great. Trevaun, let's come back to you because we're familiar with your entrepreneurial pursuits, of course, Project Jaguar, and your success within the Caribbean region in terms of the competition that was recently held in terms of sustainable development and your entrepreneurial pursuits. Who is this for? Because people are looking at your CV perhaps and thinking, okay, you're already established as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, and this may not be for me. What's the target audience?
Right. So the target audience is really for other entrepreneurs, investors, or anyone who has an interest. The good thing about the event is that it's free. It's free invitation for all, and the details, I think they've already been shared all over social media. But I'm not sure if we can put that on screen, but it has been already shared. The target audience is not only established entrepreneurs, but also emerging entrepreneurs, people who have an interest in starting their own business, their own company to help the Caribbean or their country to become more resilient in light of everything that's happening. And the structure of the event, it's mostly panelists such as ourselves, having discussions with the audience, having Q&A. So it's not just a list of speeches that you're listening to, but you're interacting with us.
Now, one of the outcomes or potential outcomes I've read about is that you will foster partnerships for even greater innovation. Talk to us about the importance of partnering with other would-be entrepreneurs or other entrepreneurs already in practice.
Well, you make a stronger product. I'll use Jad Cash as an example, which is Alex Straun's company. It's a payment processor which allows persons to pay either in person or online. Um, a partnership with them would essentially open up the amount of customers that you can have paying for your services that may not even have a credit or a debit card, because we all know how hard that is to get from a bank. So um, leveraging other person's strengths and weaknesses within their company really makes your company or your business a lot stronger, even if it's just starting out as an idea.
Alex, let's talk about the climate for entrepreneurship in St. Kitts Nevis. We're very familiar here in Antigua with the Entrepreneurial Development Program and the fund associated with it. Government really investing lots of money in the push towards encouraging people to be entrepreneurs. What's the climate like in St. Kitts this time?
The climate is one that is quite facilitating. You have the government also through their ITC sector, their ministry, have an innovation hub that try to provide a space where persons can develop and work out of or facilitate meetings and different technology deployment. But over and beyond, we have a number of technology companies that continue to push the box and to seek to create solutions. We also have a number of, and I guess it's a work in progress. So what has been happening is not just a conversation by the government in terms of encouraging and saying we are here to help and creating organizations such as for promoters and event managers and those sort of organizations. You are having small business forums, small business development, encouragement seminars, etc., to facilitate and encourage those innovators to push the boundaries to become part of the official sector. And companies like myself and Trevaun, as he indicated, in terms of partnership, JAD is principally geared with our digital wallet to basically create additional tools. So we are not just the digital wallet, but we are creating tools that such companies, no matter what it is, whether they are selling, etc., we provide tools that they could just jump on, sell online, offer classes, whatever the solution they require. We are trying to create environment, even for churches, where they can facilitate online receipt and payments and distribution of funds.
All right, great. Trevaun, we're going to got about 30 seconds left. Talk us through how we can register for the activity.
Sure. So for registering, I'll be honest, I'm not completely sure how that's done, but it is completely online. The OECS is using a platform called the VFairs to create an online exhibition center. So it's not just a Zoom meeting where you're listening and giving feedback, but there's also different chat rooms to network with other attendees. There's also virtual exhibitions for various companies who have bought space to display their products and their services in that virtual exhibition. So it's much like a physical convention center, but it's completely online in front of your computer screen, and you don't have to go anywhere.
All right, great. Well, yes,
I
Alex,
have
go on.
I've just shared the registration link in the chat.
Okay.
So,
There we go.
so you can actually share this with the viewers and listeners in Antigua and through the OECS. So I've basically just posted in the chat the registration link.
All right, I'm looking at the OECS website as we speak, and it actually has the flyer, the think tank Forging Crisis, Stories of Innovators and Their Journey to the Top. There's actually a very big button that says register now, so it's easier for the applicants. Go to the OECS website and the link is right there. But thanks, Alex, for sharing it with us.
And it takes place on April the 27th.
27th. All right.
Yes.
Great. Thanks so much. Trevaun, always a pleasure speaking to you, man. Hope to see you around in the future. Alex, in love with your country, in love with your people. Say hi to them from us here in Antigua.
No problem. And all regards and love to you guys in Antigua.
All right.
Bless.
Cheers, man. All right, so
Cheers.
Trevaun Solomon, Alex Straun joining us here to talk about the upcoming OECS think tank. Of course, this is for entrepreneurs and potential entrepreneurs and investors as well. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and when we come back, Sharif Sargent will be on set. And although the teleprompter is telling me he learned how to play pool, I am interested in seeing that for myself. We'll see what happens when we come back.